The leaders at Grady Hospital face a unique challenge, and part of the uniqueness of that challenge comes from the fact that there are really two identities within the Grady Hospital system. The first is a Level 1 trauma center, one of the most highly rated organizations in the entire country. And the second is a place where anyone can go to receive medical care, regardless of whether they are able to pay or not.
Yeah, with our volume, we process over 300 911 calls a day, which creates somewhat of a chaotic environment. Therefore, it's very easy to lose focus of our major goal.
There were a lot of things going on, so people wanted to get caught up in the whirlwinds, and it was really about trying to focus.
You have to maintain your focus because it's very easy to take your eye off the ball.
We do $300 million a year free care. And we get paid about $240 million for that, so there's always this huge gap. And how do you cover that gap?
So the nature of these challenges made it clear that the wildly important goal at Grady was cost savings. But when you take a very large organization with leaders who make thousands of decisions every day, how do you drive costs out of the organization and stay consistently focused on it?
The name of the game in healthcare is execution. If you read 10 hospitals' strategic plans, they're all exactly the same. And why is one at the top of the pile, one at the bottom of the pile? And the answer is execution.
What was the investment? And it certainly wasn't a modest investment. I mean, we literally invested $100,000, and we've taken 3 teams through 4 disciplines of execution. And someone might ask, well, Marilyn, was it worth the $100,000? Well, in so far as of today, adding up a lot of the cost savings, cost avoidance, we're probably tipping over a little over $4 million. And I don't think that the story stops here.
It really provided the how-to, a template of a sort that we were able to replicate across the teams.
One of the greatest challenges that each of the leaders face is holding themselves accountable as well as holding the team accountable. And then at the end of the day, you challenge folks that, again, in a tactful, respectful way, for what they said they'd be accountable for.
It is possible to change an organization this size. We've seen it already in 12 months.
There were issues as far as quality control of maintenance, the ability to have ready vehicles in a timely manner, and the cost associated with that. And then the leads that we identified were to open our own shop as opposed to having retail services done on the outside, which would obviously save costs. In addition to that, it would provide quality assurance that we know we had a product that we could rely on. The ability to refocus on a daily basis is extremely important to be able to complete our mission. We created a scoreboard to actually measure exactly the goals and the objectives and how we were measuring those objectives and the goals that we had accomplished. The results were positive. Total program with our combined wigs was $2.9 million saved to the Grady Health System.
Some of the challenges that we were facing at the burn center were actually being able to measure our customer service satisfaction, how the families and how the patients rated their pain management. Our top line wig was to increase patient satisfaction with pain management from 4.0 to 4.5. Some of my lead measures were delivering their pain medication within 10 minutes of them asking it. Our Press-Ganey is how we measure, and we've been getting 95%, 100% Press-Ganey scores for the month. The 4 disciplines of execution has changed my leadership style because it's given me a lot more structure into how to instruct my staff and to teach them how to measure our lag and lead measures and to have a wildly important goal, making sure everyone feels like part of the team and actually feel like part of winning and accomplishing our goal.
We are a Level 1 trauma center, so trying to keep people focused while we were having a trauma come in was difficult. And we had $2.6 million worth of claims denied in 2008 because we were not able to itemize a patient's bill. Our wildly important goal was to increase itemized charges by 45%, to go from 30% itemized to 75% itemized. The largest challenge in us being able to itemize our charges stem from the fact that we have 14 different services working at Grady, and we have hundreds of thousands of items that needed to be entered in our charge master. It became an insurmountable task to identify the items that were not in charge master and to pick at it a little bit at a time.
Right now, it's down to about $66,000.
Once you make the commitment, you don't back off, because it was the process, I think, that helped so much in terms of the learning, the growth. It really kept us focused. It really kept everyone engaged. I'm really proud to sit here today and say we have accomplished a lot as a team for patient care services.
You use something like the 4 disciplines of execution to really help you to focus in on how to get there. And in that process, you'll take a few hiccups here and there, but I think what you really find out is that you truly do have folks that are committed and have been committed, but probably just didn't have a process to work with from the beginning.
When you give a good tool to leaders who are committed and passionate about what they're doing, they can win. I've talked to supervisors who have told me themselves, before this program, communication was not the best that it could. I didn't feel that I was really doing something. And now I feel things like pride and accomplishment. There isn't a program in the world that can help someone feel that unless they really feel it inside, because they've been involved in something that has moved them beyond themselves.